And then I just recently started one because I was thinking about Japanese again. I can't remember what it was that, like, when I brought up languages, it was something recently that, something, somewhere, something that, like, reminded me of Japanese again. And I was like, I miss listening to Japanese. I really miss, like, listening to it and learning it and all the rest of this stuff. And, like, so I went and looked up Japanese stuff again, trying to find something to watch. And there were several misses where I kind of started and I'm like, this is not what I want to watch, or this is going to be irritating, or this is just not right, or whatever. And then I started this one and I'm like, this is unique and different. Where's this story going? And I accidentally, there's like the actual drama, but the one that I started, it's a spin-off. And I didn't realize that until I was maybe halfway through. And I'm like, what is with this drama? This is so weird. Like, those seem to be the main characters, and yet I keep following the support characters instead. I don't, where's the actual, and then I realized it's because it's a spin-off, where it's like, okay, this is the point that it's at in the main story, but here's what happens with whatever over there. It's called Kiss That Kills, is the main story, and then there's Kiss That Kills Parallel World, is the spin-off. So Parallel World is what's showing, it shows the story that would have happened if he stayed dead. If you want to look up the drama to find out what I'm talking about, feel free to. I've only seen 3 episodes so far of the main story, and I've seen 4 episodes so far of Parallel. So I don't know where this is going. I don't know if it's going to end up good at all. At the moment, it's got me very intrigued, and I'm continuing. It's more mature content, so watch out for that if you want to watch it. It's not for younger people. It's for at least 16 years old. At least 16, I'd say. But so far it's intriguing me, so that's the one I'm actually most interested in at the moment. And now it's tomorrow, from what I recorded before. That's what I said about these 2 shows yesterday. Now here's my updated version, because Kiss the Kills, I finished. It's easy enough to finish because, like, yeah, it's like fairly long episodes, but there's only 10 of them. And it just, like, draws you right in, so you keep on watching. I had 3 major objections to Kiss the Kills. 1, this is a bit of a spoiler. Why did they have to change it from time travel to a parallel world in the middle of the drama? That makes me really mad, because I personally absolutely hate parallel worlds for many different reasons. If you want to get into why, all the finer details of why, I could do a separate video on that, but I hate parallel worlds. And it made me actually mad that they changed it to parallel worlds. They did not need to do that. It was fine as a time travel. And even when they changed it to a parallel world instead of a time travel, it was kind of still sort of a time travel, but sort of parallel worlds. It was really weird mix, and I just did not like it. Why did they have to convolute the story that way? Personally, as far as I'm concerned, the message that Harumi, as he's talking near the end, that's basically the message they're trying to tell you in this drama. And as far as I'm concerned, that could have been told and reinforced and whatever. Like, it would have been just as strong and perfectly fine of a message as a time travel story as it was with Parallel Worlds. They did not need to change it to Parallel Worlds in the middle of it. A time travel by your conscience going back in time is just fine. It makes me mad that they convoluted it and made it really irritatingly, I hate Parallel Worlds, and they did not need to do that. So that made me mad. And then, yeah, there's the whole, when I started watching it, I didn't realize, like, I accidentally found the Parallel World spin-off series, where each episode is, like, roughly 10 minutes, and there's 10 episodes, and it's telling you, here's what would have happened, what continued to happen within that world after they died. So I was, like, 4 episodes in and seeing spoilers, and not realizing that I was seeing spoilers until I realized it was a spin-off, and the original series is just Kiss That Kills. And I went and found it and started watching it. And then I couldn't watch much more of Parallel because, like, I ended up, like, seriously disliking or downright hating most of the other characters. They were, like, nobodies. It didn't matter, really. Or I was like, irritated, whatever. Or I downright hated them, and I'll get to that in a minute. I did not like how Hirumi did that. No, people do not change that easily. He's 100% right. But to imply that 8 hadn't done serious change already and that he wouldn't be able to even later. That made me mad when he did that. Like, throughout the drama is showing you that even though it looks like 8's changing, he's not. Because, like, he's presenting himself one way, and then he turns around and gives you his inner thoughts, and he hasn't changed at all. He's doing this on purpose. But there are some things that were genuine changes. He was already starting to wake up and realize how wrong he was, etc., etc. Sometimes, like, people do not change easily, but when certain big impact things, enough of them pile up and slam against them and stuff, they do tend to change a little quicker. And I do believe he was completely changing, and for Harumi to imply that he hadn't changed enough yet, it was kind of really irritating me, because I'm like, don't do that. You're making this character grow, and then you're claiming he didn't grow. Don't send mixed messages like that. That really annoyed me. And those clickety-clackety are my dog coming in here. I have no idea why she's all of a sudden coming in here. I don't think you'll fit in my lap, dog. Or you're going to hit your head when you try to jump up. You can try. Don't hit your head. Come on. Come on. There you go. And you can't see your head. Okay. She wants to lie down and get comfortable. So let her lie down and get comfortable and let me continue. What was I saying? I didn't like how they implied that. And then, yeah, that's another thing about dramas like this. I've seen quite a few of them. My Strange Friend, I think it's called, had the same problem, where it's like, in order to fix all of the horrible, like, everything got all twisted up and wrong and all the rest of this stuff, and in order to fix it, the main character literally goes back and erases everything, and everybody else ends up happy and has all this whatnot and etc., but he gets absolutely nothing. And it's like, literally, why do they all do that? Why? Why do you all have to do that? Why do you have to say that the only way to prove that he learned his lesson is to have him have nothing? Like, and so, like, the parallel spin-off one, it's a good thing that they did the 10th episode the way they did, because, yeah, more spoilers. At least that one implied that he doesn't end up with absolutely nothing, which is completely 100% unfair. And it's completely 100% unfair because of the third thing that I hated about this drama. I mean, I really hated what they did with Takeuchi. And this is major spoilers. What they did in this drama, they do in a lot of them, they're implying that everything completely messed up and horrible and disgusting and deplorable that everybody else chose to do on their own volition, they're implying that it was all 8's fault. No, Takeuchi is actually a sweet, kind, loving, wonderful person that didn't want to become that horrible and twisted that he ended up murdering or attempting to murder people, doing it with his own hands as well as telling other people to do it. No, he's not really like that. It's because 8 twisted everything up and pushed him into a corner. It makes me so mad. And like I said in my I Hate You All video, what it is I'm saying when I say I hate someone, that it's the message that they're sending through this character. Don't do that. You cannot pin all of Takeuchi's decisions, his own decisions. He is the one that decided to do that. He chose it. He wanted it. It doesn't matter if you claim he's backed into a corner because he was trying to protect Mikoto. That is not how you protect people. For one thing, he claims his only happiness is for her to be happy. He's correct that it wasn't right for her to end up with 8 because 8 was just doing it all for greed and he didn't love her. But it is disgusting what he did, forcing her and pushing her and using everybody in the company and her own mother to push her into something that she was not ready for, not okay with, not on board with. He's pushing her and forcing her into this. Oh, but you said you liked me. Oh my gosh. Oh, he ended up twisted and whatever, and it makes me so mad that he ended up perfectly happy and fine and married to Makoto in the end. You know what? Fine, you two deserve each other. Go ahead. But that, it's just disgusting to me, thoroughly disgusting to me, that they pinned all of his horribly twisted actions on 8 and claims it's all 8's fault because he was messing with history. You can't do that. You cannot do that. And yet they're constantly doing that. But that's my Tori, don't move. Quit it. Coward. Just because I moved the book, she's trying to jump down, you coward. That's my very short, fiery response to the end of Kiss That Kills. There was, if you watch that one, it is a 16 plus one because they don't show anything explicitly specific, but at the same time, he is a host, and he does do things for money, and it does show enough. Yeah, 16 at least, or don't watch it. But it was actually a really well done story, besides those 3 things that I hated about it, to varying degrees. Yeah, it was a well done story. It's actually the first one in a long time that I very much enjoyed. Even Mysterious Lotus Casebook got put completely on hold, completely by accident, by this one. This one's way shorter. It didn't take long at all for me to watch. 2 days, and that's only because I got interrupted with other stuff and because I started it so late on the first day. But, and here we go with day 3, this time with one in between, because I didn't have time to do this yesterday, because I was editing stuff, and then I had to leave for work. But, quickly, it never ends up being quickly, but there were a few other thoughts that I wanted to add about both of these dramas. It's the first time I've ever done this, where it's like, here's my thoughts, and then here's my thoughts, and then here's my thoughts. This is why I don't do response to stuff that I'm still in the middle of usually. But here we go. The other thing that I wanted to say, talking about well done and whatnot, I just wanted to add on Kiss That Kills. Extra add in there really quick thought about 8. Because that's what made me annoyed at Harumi and his comment about growth. Kiss That Kills drama, the difference between that one and a lot of other ones, again, speaking of the genuineness, 8 is a jerk. They call him scum throughout the entire drama, and he really is. Because he's weaponized something, and he is using it as a weapon. And it's not right, and it's not cool, and it's all wrong, and he needed to learn to grow and stop that. And that's the thing, though. He did. To me, he did throughout that drama. From start to finish, actually, there's 2 things about him that make him different than a lot of other characters, and regularly the bad guys in dramas. Because he's like, what he's doing is scum and he needs to knock it off. But at the same time, there's just a tiny glimpse they show you at one point in the drama. Already to me, because of everything he's been through, there's something about him, like, he went through something that, like, nearly crushed him. And, like, the backlash of it lasted through his whole life. And the thing is, what he's doing right now, and the difference between him and Takauji, some people, like, they go through something and they use it as a backlash weapon that hurts everybody around them. What 8 was doing, I'd say, like, in a way, yes, he was hurting people around him. In another way, the path that he chose to take, he was hurting himself more than he was hurting anybody else. Because most of the time when he was doing anything, it was consensual. The other person wanted it, so he gave it to them. So it was like, what he was doing was not okay. Even if it is consensual, the Bible says that there's no form of sexual relationships that's okay outside of marriage. And that is what I believe, because that's what the Bible teaches. So what he's doing is wrong, even if it is consensual. But, like I say, it's kind of because of that consensual aspect, he's hurting himself more than anything. And that was that really small glimpse at one point where it showed you the beginnings of when he started doing this and the effect it had on him. Because right now you think he's scum that's perfectly fine with all of this, but the thing is, he's become so jaded and he's turned himself off in so many different ways. He's disconnected himself, and that's why I say it's hurting himself more than anything, because you see back here what it was like when he started, and then you see here what he's become. And the only reason he can be this is because he, like, okay, threw away his past, threw away everything that got him to this point, so that he can claim that he's strong when he's not strong. And that's what, to me, like, it shows during the drama, especially when it actually does confirm and show you those tiny clips of what it was like at the beginning. And it's like, I think there's a lot of people that's a very real aspect to it, where you think people are scum or you think that they're whatever, and then you realize, and this is maybe one of the aspects of it that helps too, in a lot of the Asian dramas, especially the Chinese ones, they love to do that, where it's like, if you only knew the reasons that started this all, you would forgive everything. No, that's not how this works. I'm not saying that what he's doing right now is okay. He is scum and he needs to knock it off. He needs to stop. He needs to amend for what he's done and quit it. It's not okay, regardless of what got him started on this path. It's not okay in any way, shape, or form. And that's the difference. This drama doesn't try to make it look like it is okay. I don't think anybody in this drama justifies anything. He's called scum throughout the whole thing. And he deserves to be called scum because he is. But you see the reasons and the path that brought him here, and you're like, it's good to know the reasons, because then it can form how you react to this stuff, and you have a level of understanding, and you can show mercy, and you can help people back to a correct path in a good way that's actually going to get them to a good path, and etc., etc. So I think it's a valuable lesson to learn if you pay attention to certain things about this drama, and that's one of the reasons why I think Kiss That Kills is a really good drama, because I think it's one of those ones that points out the depth of certain things that you wouldn't necessarily think about if it wasn't for a drama like this that I think they purposefully made you think about some of this stuff. And that's why, in a way, like, everything else about it at least made me feel like that, but Harumi's comment about people not changing and whatnot made me feel the opposite, which is why I was annoyed at him. I'm like, you took me through this journey of all the stuff that he's been through and how he's changing and all this stuff, and then you made it look with that character like as if he wasn't changing. And I'm like, don't do that. You had a really valuable lesson that was being learned in this drama, and it kind of feels like they trampled on that with his comment. If you want to go look up Kiss That Kills and watch it for yourself, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Because, like, it is a heavy drama. It has a lot of deep thinking things in it, and I would love it if you've seen it before, or if you go and look it up and watch it for yourself and come back to this and leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about stuff like that, because it's really deep and heavy stuff to think about, the kind of things that drama deals with. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked this. Bye. Thanks for watching.